mentioned that M-word, momentum. They're riding it a little bit, Mike. They won 2 out of the last 3 games, right?
Yeah.
Even when they lost, they're riding this wave a little bit, and the Rams coming off a short week.
Talked to some of the players down there in the locker room today, Steve, and they said they felt an energy being in, the team meeting today, in the locker room, and they're talking about the idea of you win 1 game, but let's prove that we can win 2. And I think they feel something. And I think Drake Maye is part of that too, Steve. I think they're pretty excited about
it. Start with the quarterback. You got to start with the quarterback. Drake Maye continues to take on a leadership role. Last week he addressed the offense after a subpar practice. This week, the Pats posted clips of him mic'd up against the Bears, pumping up his guys. Today he talked about those pep talks.
I think, pregame's kind of checking in on the guys, see how they're feeling. I think I was saying a lot of the same things over and over, in the mic'd up. So I kind of try to keep it simple and don't try to, bug anybody too much, because everybody's kind of got their own thing on game day. But I think pumping them up, like I said, everybody feels good when you say, hey, let's go, or hey, nice play, or hey, great job up front. I think little things like that can go a long way, and being the leader on the offense and pumping those guys up.
Pump them up, pump them up. Drake gets it. He's so young, but he's so, I don't even know the word for him, but he just gets it. Mature. Right? I got Joey Geese in my ear. Gave me the word. Mature, but he's right.
Joe's the best,
Mature because here's a guy that knows what to say, when to say it, and when to shut up. It's about timing.
It's really interesting, Steve. And you played quarterback, so I want to ask you this. But I do want to, before I do, I want to tell you, in the locker room, DeMontre Jacobs, young offensive tackle, talking about Drake. And he said he's just got something about him.
He does.
And I think the players want to follow him. And in that mic'd up thing that you referenced, Drake's in the locker room after the win in Chicago, and he goes up to the offensive lineman. He goes, hey, let's get something to eat tomorrow. And you see him reaching out to these guys. And I ask you, Steve, as a quarterback, you played the position, like, how do you do that? Like, how do you show everyone that you care?
Well, Drake Maye gets a lot of attention, right? So the spotlight's on him, and he's the type of guy that wants to deflect it a little bit and share the spotlight with the success that this team is having. And you want to take care of the guys that take care of you. If you go back maybe 40 years, Dan Marino had that glove commercial. We hand out
isotoner gloves.
Isotoner gloves. Right?
I love it.
Right? Take care of the guys that take care of you, and he appreciates the people around him, including the defense.
That is such a great point that you make, Steve. And you know what it made me think of? Am I not wrong or remembering it right that Tom Brady, when he first came up, didn't he not take endorsements unless they included
the offensive line? Absolutely correct.
Such a great point you make. I love that.
I forgot about that.
Drake seems to have a little bit of that, doesn't he? Like, he's even in that mic'd up. He's in the huddle and he's talking to the offensive guys and he's saying, hey, let's pump up the defense. This was the defense today. Like what presence of mind he has.
And the presence of mind, when he first came to the team, he knew to take a back seat to Jacoby Brissett. He knew it wasn't his time yet.
That's it.
Okay?
That's it. Yes.
And even Brissett has to respect him now.
That's right. That's right, Steve. I think that's such a great point that you make. And I know he talked to veteran quarterbacks about, hey, how do I handle this when I get there? Because I want to do the right
thing. The right thing.